Hello and welcome to Straight Talk, Supply Chain Insights, the podcast for your supply chain leader who is on the go and wants to be in the know. And now, your host, Laura Ciceri.
Welcome to Straight Talk with Supply Chain Insights. My name is Laura Ciceri. I'm the host of the show today, and I will be interviewing Scott Wahl from Dematic. Scott, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
And Scott, I understand you're the Vice President of Software at Dematic. And when I think about Dematic, I don't think about Dematic as making software. Why don't you help the audience with what does Dematic do and what are you focused on in your software development?
Sure. So Dematic is a leader in the material handling industry, so helping our customers with order fulfillment within a warehouse or a distribution center. And we are investing in software to help our customers operate and optimize those operations.
Now, when we were preparing, you were talking about three areas that you're currently focused on. Why don't we go through those? Because I think they're really key for digital innovation.
Sure. So the first one is what I would call emulation or a digital twin, which is really the ability to have a digital version of a facility separate from the physical one, and we can do that before we ever install any equipment or install a facility. So that's emulation. The second one is optimization, algorithms, data science, call it artificial intelligence. And then the third is investments in cloud technology and IoT data analytics.
So, Scott, what excites you about that in terms of the business problems that you solve and how clients can use these three approaches?
Well, I think in all three cases, we're seeing the industry evolve where our customers are expecting to get more from their equipment, right? Everyone's dealing with staffing shortages, so we need to get more productivity from our staff. And they're trying to extend the life of their facilities. So in all cases with our software, we're trying to certainly reduce the risk of initial projects, but really help our customers kind of optimize their operations as their business changes.
So can you give me an example of a client? You don't have to use a name, but a situation where you use the software?
Sure. So we have many customers, and we have customers, for example, who will have a mix of labor-based operation, for example, some picking. They'll have sophisticated automation. And so our software really then helps our customers run the whole operation from receiving through to shipping, whether that's picking, packing, the flow of material within a buffer or storage unit. All of that we can orchestrate and optimize with our software.
So many clients listening to this, they say, well, I've got warehouse management. Why do I need extra software from Scott? How does this go above and beyond typical warehouse management?
Well, if you look at those three areas, so first of all, many customers will, as you say, have warehouse management software, and we interface with warehouse management software for sure. Our warehouse execution software really, first of all, communicates directly with the equipment, so we're controlling the equipment and the material flow very directly. And that that gives us access to data that we can use to optimize the flow of goods and the flow of material within an operation that we think is fairly unique. If I look then at cloud analytics, we can use that data to get visibility into the whole operation, all of the assets in the facility, and really help our customers manage the operation over the long term. Because, as you say, there are lots of buzzwords in the industry, and we actually need to make it real for our customers and their operations. When we look at emulation, for us at Dematic, it's absolutely at prime time. We have an emulation platform that we use today to build digital models of a full facility, all the equipment and the material flow, well before we ever install any equipment, before we go to site to install and commission a project. So we use that today. And it's very powerful for system and throughput testing and also training purposes to visualize the facility before it goes live. I think the journey we're on now is to turn that emulation platform into a true digital twin with a feed of data analytics from a live operation. And we're moving in that direction. We're not quite there yet. And I believe a lot of times in the industry when we talk about digital twin, we are talking about an aspiration as opposed to something that we fully have at this point. But we certainly have a solid foundation within Dematic to get there.
I appreciate that honesty, because sometimes people overhype what they're working on. Now, when you think about robotics and you think about automatic storage and retrieval and the role of software as it ties to warehouse management, what's your view? How will software evolve as the warehouses become more automated?
Well, I think the key for us, certainly we have a full range of equipment, including a big investment in robotics. But we see ourselves at Dematic as a solutions provider. So we certainly have leading edge technology and equipment, but we also use third-party equipment as well when that meets our customers' needs. So software becomes really critical to tie all of that together, all of the equipment, the automation, and manual operations together in an operation that really meets a customer's business needs. So software is really what stitches together all these islands of automation, all these subsystems into something that really works for our customers.
So what do you see the role of Dematic as we evolve? Will there be a automation layer for software that evolves between equipment and warehouse management? Will it be absorbed by warehouse management? What do you see as the future?
Well, certainly today we have a full suite of warehouse execution software, which goes certainly down to the machine level and drives the equipment and the automation. And I see that continuing. We certainly interface to warehouse management systems. It's really a decision by each customer as to how much they would like us to do versus a warehouse management software. And I do see those worlds continuing to converge. But I see at Dematic as a solution provider providing the automation, we're in a good place with our software to really drive additional optimization across the whole facility.
Well, thanks for being on the show today. Any last words of advice for the listeners?
No, I would just say it's an exciting time for the industry, and the innovation that's happening, I think, is really powerful, and it's fun to be part of this space.
Well, thank you very much. Until next time.